Good day to everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. So, today I have a subject, a question. As usual, people ask me questions and I wrote them down and tick them off as I go. So, today my question is regarding taxes. Now, taxes is a big subject and my videos are already long. I'm trying to get them cut shorter. But I'll be a bit vague on taxes while I answer this question. Yes, Montserrat is heavily taxed, and for an economy to actually survive, you have to charge taxes. Sadly, as a Christian community, we do not follow what the Bible said in terms of taxes. The Bible speaks about 1/10 of your salary, and so forth. If Montserrat was only on that level of thinking in terms of 1/10, then Monster would have been a way better place and would have attract a lot of people to Montserrat because 1/10 would mean that Montserrat would be one of the best countries to live in. And what would happen if we had 1/10? That would mean that our population would have been much bigger than what the 3,005, 4,000 people that are here. So I've worked in customs department for 15 years, as you know, and customs officers are trade facilitators, and you deal with taxes and so forth. So I'll speak about customs taxes vaguely. I'm not going to get into too much details as to what I think, because some things I have to just keep to myself. Can't put out everything out there. So there are some items in customs that the duties are extremely high, and no doubt about it, these duties should be reduced. As a matter of fact, I think in 2010, the taxes were supposed to be reviewed again to, consider certain things. Give credit to who credit is due. Some items were reduced. Before 2010, some duties were much higher. However, a lot of work needs to be done. And it just so happens that I know about this kind of stuff because that's what I did. I understand duties and I understand which items are definitely too high. Montserrat is trying to rebuild the economy and not getting into too much details, but there are some items that has to be reduced to encourage people to actually be interested to help to rebuild the country. Some of the duties are extremely high on basic items. Basic items you wouldn't believe. I don't even know if I should even say the kind of duties because it's a bit embarrassing and I don't really want the world to know these kind of duties and basic items for some very important people that we want to be in Montserrat. The duties are as high as 49.5% on a basic item, which is ridiculous. These duties need to be reduced because they are too high and they are discouraging people from doing their part. No wonder the population is so small. It just doesn't make sense. Now, as men, we like to see our ladies looking good and smelling good. Ladies like the nice stuff. They like their braids and they like their, you know, to put things on their face, make themselves look good and so forth. Again, a lot of duties are too high. It just doesn't make sense because if you want people to carry themselves a kind of way, then and therefore you have to think about reducing some duties because if you reduce the duty, what will happen is that these people would not have to tell somebody to put them in their suitcase or hide to bring them into Montserrat. If in case you allow people to have a lower duty, it would simply mean that these people would go online and buy the goods. But right now they're not buying them because the duties are so high. I like to smell good. And the other day I wanted to buy a cologne which costs $110 US, and I could not buy it because I know exactly how to calculate the end cost by the time it reach in my hand. And if I were to even buy that product, by the time I bring it to Montserrat, it would cost me at least $550 to $600. And that is ridiculous for a cologne. Yes, it might be worth it, but it's too expensive. Now, if in case that the duties were a bit lower, then I would buy two and possibly pay the same 600 and something dollars total. You get where I'm coming from? So you can't put duties on a level that discourages people from buy and also encourages people to smuggle. We all know a lot of people would send things to their friends and families who are coming home, and they would get them come across custom. But as a business person, you can't even buy these items because when a business person brings goods, you have to pay the duties. And who is going to buy these products? So instead of encouraging people to smuggle, there are some items that need to be reduced. It's just simple maths. If in case you reduce the duties, people will buy more. If you reduce the duties, for example, they have these white goods. But if in case you just naturally reduce the duties, instead of somebody buying a 32-inch TV, they would buy a 60-inch TV and still pay the same amount of money. The white goods is a good idea, but it's not necessary if in case you just put proper systems and policies in place. It's very simple. You have to think as a business person. Think smart. You can't be just having these high duties and figure that it's good. We collect 15 million, 60 million. You can't be killing the economy. And I'm getting a bit passionate about it because people are suffering, people are crying, and nobody is doing anything about it. And these things need to be changed. And people who know what they're doing, you bring these people back in and say, look, we need to work on the duties and so forth. You understand? Yes, we need to do certain things with United Kingdom, but you have to know how to work with the United Kingdom because it is one thing to bring goods to Montserrat. It's the next thing to ship goods back. Shipping goods out of Montserrat is very costly. That's one thing for sure. Easier to bring goods in than ship goods out. It all starts with the port authority and the charges and so forth. And to get things out, I've tried to ship goods out and it's not easy. You know, we need to have trade deals. Yes, that's something that I thought about a long, long time. Trade deals, but you have to understand exactly what you're doing when you're developing a trade deal. Now, in terms of company taxes, that too needs to be addressed to encourage businesses to contribute to the economy. A business person pays duties. Most business persons import goods into Montreal and pay duties. A business person who really has a business going would pay upwards of $200,000 in duties per year. And I'm not going to get into details, as I say, fully. But you have to have a different kind of scale for people who pay a lot of indirect taxes as an encouragement for them to continue. I know you have company taxes, but company taxes need to be reviewed. It is kind of unfair that a business person would pay 200,000, 300,000, 500,000, and upwards, and you still charge that business person the same 30% tax. That doesn't make sense. You have to have some kind of system in place to encourage people, to reward people when it comes to taxes. Overtime taxes is too high, and that needs to be reduced also. Working in customs, 30% come out your money. A government worker work some overtime, 30% come out your money. That's ridiculous. Let's go back to the Bible, 1/10. The Bible speaks about 1/10. So let's stick to what the Bible says because we are a Christian community. Time is running out, so I'll just stop here for now. I could actually continue all day on taxes, but I'll stop here for now. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Take care.